We're joined in studio now by Bjoern Goerke. He was recently appointed as the CIO of SAP International. Bjoern, thanks so much for joining us. I guess the best place to start is on your recent appointment. But you're also hoping to transform the role of a CIO.
Yes,
how are you
absolutely.
going to do that?
Yeah, I mean, in general, if you look at what's happening in the industry and how technology becomes very pervasive in everything that's happening in corporate life, whether it's production or insurance or services, the role of the IT organization and the CIO in particular is really moving away from a very functional role to just keep things going within the company to something where the thought leadership of the CIO can actually help the companies to look at the new trends that are coming in from the consumer space into the corporate life as well. Trends like mobility, trends like cloud computing, trends like big data that is commonly referred to these days, or things like social that we know from Facebook or Twitter or WhatsApp or whatever kind of social media is out there in the internet. And these trends basically are coming together these days, and they somehow get over into the corporate life as well, with expectations that people bring in from their kind of private life and private experience and how to work with information technology, and expect that these kind of approaches also work within the company, in the corporate environment that they work at.
Another key word that has come out is the era of 4.0. Tell us exactly what that is.
I think you're referring to Industry 4.0,
there we go.
Which is somehow related to the Internet of Things that many people have heard of, and where there's a lot of talk about that. The idea and the concept basically being that more and more everyday objects get connected to the internet. So whether it's your washing machine or your car or your watch, all these devices basically become smart devices in the way that they have sensors for movement, for location, for temperature, heartbeat, and you can connect them to the internet. And the concept is really to bring a vast amount of information, of data at first hand, and data points together, and then you can start turning that data into information, into insight, and starting to make use of that data. And it's actually kind of the fourth industrial revolution, coming from mechanic to electrical to IT revolution in the 60s and 70s. It's now the fourth revolution happening, where these smart devices, smart machines, sensors are actually becoming a part of the whole production process within companies, helping to optimize production flows, supply chains, how production machines work, how warehouses work, and really help you to optimize the processes, which in turn then can be used to have very late changes in production processes, for example, or even getting you to the point where you can create individualized products again, like your running shoes, for example, that can be customized to have your personal kind of color scheme and look and feel. And this again is possible with the kind of combined technology that we can bring to the table. And for us, as a company participating in the statistics, that we are roughly in 67% of all products created and sold worldwide, SAP systems are somewhat touched. And for us, it's extremely interesting to now work with customers to figure out what are the next needs in their kind of business that we can support with our business systems. That's
what I want us to explore, because this sounds very futuristic and a wonderful outline as to what the future looks like. But is it tangible for emerging markets like South Africa, where bandwidth is still an issue? Yeah,
I think it will be a topic globally. It will be maybe show up in different stages depending on what the particular problems are. But I believe Industry 4.0 and the Internet of Things will definitely play a big role in South Africa and emerging markets in general as well. I believe that will happen if you look at healthcare, if you look at smart cities, especially since cities are growing kind of every day with the population. The middle class is growing over and over. There's estimates that we will have 5 billion people in the middle class by 2020, and in China alone it's a billion. So there will be new demand for new products, and it will require to have smarter kind of environments, smarter production processes, smarter supply chains. So this will show up. And if you look at healthcare, it will play a role that also the individual, the consumer will see. If we have kind of machines that can check themselves about faults, for example, and kind of repair personnel can be brought in. This will change dramatically how you will experience your life, and that will have an impact on everybody.
Does this kind of technology have the ability to create jobs?
I think it will. It will, like all the, let's say, all the industrial revolutions brought change, and this will bring change as well. But it creates new jobs as well for people who act as intermediate kind of, let's say, suppliers in the chain. So it will definitely change a number of jobs, and it will hopefully also help to raise kind of the quality of work that needs to be done and get the more mechanical things actually to be solved also from machines to some extent, and get more smartness basically into things that could be done automatically.
How soon do you think this kind of dream will be a reality, this Internet of Things?
I think it will happen pretty quickly, because we will see that everyday products like your washing machine, your fridge, as I said, health devices, cars, we see that coming. These information systems are already in there. I think we will see it pretty quickly as kind of the turnover of those devices will happen, and it will show up. And like many things, it shows up today already. If you look at building technology, kind of smart buildings are already existing. And they help preserving energy. They help increasing the level of security and safety in those buildings. So there's an inherent interest that companies basically drive these innovations forward. So even if we argue it's green from an kind of ecology kind of perspective, it's still also money is in there as well. So if you can save money by being smarter about how you manage resources, how you manage your buildings, it's something that people will pretty quickly accept and do.
Sounds like we need to get ready for the evolution.
Yes.
Bjoern Goerke, thank you so much for your time today. An absolute pleasure speaking to you.